One question that I would like to ask you. I talked to Melissa Gainsford Taylor on one of the episodes, and she's an Olympic sprinter.
Uh-huh.
She versed in the 2000 Olympics Marion Jones, who was on PEDs.
Uh-huh.
I guess when you look at a sport like running and how that compares to, an IFBB athlete, where when you look at the IFBB, it's like a free for all, really. You can take whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you look at the IFBB and then professional sport like that, do you? I guess from her standpoint, I was asking her about, does she have any like malice or like anger when she looks back on that period of her life where she was at that elite level and she could have won or medaled at various different tournaments, but she didn't because she was coming up against drug cheats. But then you come into an IFBB event where you can do whatever you want. How does that change like the athlete's mentality? Because I was just saying before, athletes are always thinking, all right, if I take more, I'm going to get bigger, but it doesn't necessarily work out that way, does it? Because there's genetics, how hard you train, the way you eat.
Yeah. Well, I've been around like a lot of bodybuilders. I've been around football players, baseball players, cyclists, and I just come to the point where everyone's pretty much on it. If they say they're not, I don't believe unless they get to that level, you want to win good enough. It's just you haven't been caught or you knew the drug test was coming, because it was like when Carl Lewis got caught. I mean, Ben Johnson got caught. Carl Lewis come out, oh, he's taking drugs and that. But yet I knew friends of Carl Lewis. They're like, Carl should just shut his mouth. He's done this and done that. So it's like when, what was his name? Came out with a book in baseball where he said he used steroids and all his teammates are putting him down. Then they all get caught taking drugs. It's like, just shut the fuck up. It's like most people like that. It's like, I remember there was a Sports Illustrated magazine did a thing on steroids in sport. Bodybuilding was number 8. Number 1 was soccer players. Now, who in the world would think soccer players use steroids? But just for recovery, look, they're fit. They're running around. And baseball players, that's the thing. You have these people out there who think it's cheating, but it's not really, because everyone's doing it. I used to know a sports doctor called Dr. Robert Kerr. He did a book about steroids in sports and that. And he got kicked off the Olympic team because they asked him how, they're taking it. He's like, I'm the one giving it to them. So America's like, well, we don't take it. Russia's the drug cheat. China, fuck off. Your athletes are doing it too. It's just bullshit, because when it comes to that level, when it's money involved, sponsors, of course they're going to say they're not taking it for the sponsors and shit. But to me, I'd rather have them take it. Okay, you've all got great genetics to get there. Okay, take a bit of gear, but if you've done it from a doctor, at least you know it's safe. The doctor gives you the right amount. You're getting the proper gear. Whereas if a doctor gave you 200 of tests, at least you know it's 200 proper tests. Whereas somebody might go buy it off fucking Dave from the boot of his car at the gym, and they're probably taking 6 mils thinking it's 1,000, but it's only 200 milligrams of test. So, you get a lot of problems with that, with fake gear and infections. So pretty much I just learned that most professional athletes have done it at some point and done it. So to me, when someone else puts another athlete down saying they did it, I didn't do it, I'm like, did you not? Well, no, it's hard. You don't like to question them on it, but it's like, at that sort of level, it's like your coach wants you to win, whether it be in a team of sport, that team, what you want to beat that team in a different country. So, and you know what you have to do. It's just that a lot of people don't get caught, or, it's like they'll catch the Chinese now, but never the Americans. Like even when it comes to war, these people did war atrocities up in America. Yeah, okay, America never fucking killed women and children in Vietnam and other things. Come on, it's just like they always paint everybody else as the bad guys, and Australians, we would never do that. It's like, no, we wouldn't, would we? Only the Russians take drugs and cheat and stuff. So I'm like, just let them fucking do it. And I hate the people to sit back and say it's cheating. He couldn't do it without the drugs. Yeah, all those people could, because, like I said, without pretty much everyone I've known who's been good at the sport, they were good at it before they took it. Like I said, drugs, you can't turn shit into gold by taking steroids. It's like you can't have no genetic potential at all. Like, be the slowest runner, take a fucking shot of test every now and then, and now you're Hussein Bolt. It's like when Ben Johnson got caught taking Winstrol, Stanozol, remember? Oh, the drugs made him run that fast. All us bodybuilders used to use Stanozol for the Olympia. It just keeps your muscle size. That's the main thing. It's just for recovery, so you can train more at 100%. I'm thinking, okay, all us bodybuilders take Stanozol. We can't run as fast as Ben Johnson, can we? So it ain't the fucking drugs. So these home chair athletes that sit back there and just criticize people, it's like I said, it still takes hard work. The drugs don't do it for you. You can't just take them and grow. You still got to bust your ass, because I get people saying, Lee, how can I train this and that? I'm still natural. And like, what difference does it make? I train exactly the same hard as when I was natural and when I was on gear, just on gear. I recovered a bit more quicker. I could like hit the body part again. But yeah, people think these drugs are a miracle thing that are going to, like I said, take someone with no genetic potential and no sporting ability and all of a sudden make them a god. It's like I was talking to, I had to go get a cortisone shot today in my shoulder because I've got a tear in there. And so he put it in there, like, oh, I'll be good now. I'll see how it goes. But even then, I was talking to him and I was like, isn't it funny? Like in Australia, I think America, not as bad, but here it's like, let's take something as simple as, like I said, we love that tall poppy syndrome, put people down that are doing good. Or if they're doing good, as soon as they have one bad day, oh, he should have retired, a cunt, washed up, she's washed up, useless. I'm like, fuck me dead, they're human. They can't be at 100% all the time. It's like when Ponting, they got one of the best batting records ever when he was doing bad. He sucks, he should be retired. Like, do you think Ponting sits in the locker room going, you know what, today I'm going to go out there and just fuck around and have a shit game? He goes out there to do his best. He's human. Just so happens that day the other person's better. It's like big deal. But yet these people, it's like you're watching a football match and you watch the comments. He's fucking useless. How could he not see that pass? And it's like, you're at home watching your fucking big 70-inch TV. You got 20 camera angles on the ball. Of course you can fucking see it, you dickhead. You can see it coming a mile away because the camera's on it. I said, now you get on that field, eye level with everybody else. You're running as fast as you can. Your adrenaline's running. And all of a sudden, you look this way, you see a ball coming. You've got a split second to catch it. He hasn't got 20 fucking camera angles from Channel 9, you cocksucker, sitting at home. So sometimes it doesn't go to plan, does it? But yet these people put so much things on these. And then it's like they get paid too much money. I think, really? 800,000 to play rugby? Have you been to America where people get 200 million to play? And you've only got a short time in the sport too. So I just get sick of all these people that sit down and put people down, whether it be he's a drug cheat or he did this, he's a shit at this, he has a bad day, he should retire. I remember Parramatta came on the field and even their fans were booing them. I'm like, fuck me dead. I said, I've seen teams in America not win for 20 years, but their supporters are still behind them. I said, Australians are just so pathetic on putting people down and talking shit about people when they've done nothing themselves. He's a drug cheat. You know, people sitting at home, he's a drug cheat. Oh, look at him, yeah. Oh, hey, shouldn't be doing that. Fuck him, taking drugs. It's like, come on. It's like drinking beer, getting drunk. Come on now. It's like, wake up to yourself.
That's like what happened to the Bulldogs recently. They all booed their team. I think it was
Like,
ago. And
and
then
like, how would that make you feel too?
yeah.
You're coming onto the field, your supporters are booing. You're like, well, why the fuck should we play at our best? You know, psychologically, that can affect them. It's like, fuck, our fans don't even support us now, so why bother? And the thing I think too is we do put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And I hate when I see these coaches get fired because the coach can only tell them to do so much. It comes down to the athletes. And sometimes these athletes, like I said, they get an ego. I'd see the over at Balance here, West. I see the Knights training sometimes. I'm like, fucking pathetic. Half of them are on their phones. They're not communicating with each other in their own little worlds because I'm a somebody. It's like, yeah, a coach is good to give them. I think a coach would be good, give them mental, support. Go on, guys, get out there. But really, if you're at that level playing pro football, you know what to do. You've got there because you know what to do. The main thing is to get out there and play the game and have fun. Now it's like I've got to play for the city of Newcastle or Sydney or whoever. I've got to play for the sponsors. And you put so much pressure on yourself that you're going to fuck up. It's like, just said, like, find that kid inside yourself again. When you're young, you'd go and play because you loved it. You had fun doing it. And that's what they should do. They should go out there and play like they're just a group of mates having fun, and things will happen. If you're having fun and you're enjoying it, you're going to win. So they go out there, like I said, with all the pressures on for this, for that, for sponsors. You got your fans booing you and shit like that. Fucking hell. It's like, just got to find that kid inside yourself and go out and enjoy it, no matter what sport it is or what you're doing. Think about these added pressures they put on themselves. And then, like I said, why fire the coach? He's told them what to do. If they go out there and fuck it up, it's like, it's like I said, they know what to do. It's like, you don't need a coach to say, all right, you come around here, when he passes, do this, do that. It's like, you know how to do that. You're in the pros, you're in there playing pro ball. You must know what you're doing, so fucking do it.
Yeah, well, I guess you can't fire all the players, can you? So you got the coach on his own. Just get rid of
I
him.
know, I feel sorry for the coach because the coach is probably sitting there going, oh, fuck it, yeah, but sometimes too, it's just, like I said, you got to get your head in the game. And I think the only way sometimes people can do that is remember why you're doing it. You get paid to do something you love. Go out and have fun. take all that pressure off yourself, because I'm sure it's hard. Like to me, it doesn't bother me because I just laugh down. I said, you've seen me comment back to people that abuse me, and I just let them have it back. Yeah, I've got time on my hands. People are like, Lee, why do you play to the haters? I said, well, they need love too, so I'm just going back at them. But some people can take it the other way. They read so much negativity about themselves, they get down. Maybe I do suck. Maybe I'm not good enough, and all that shit going on in your head can affect your playing and stuff. So they need to forget all that shit, get off social media, and just get back out there and play like you're a little kid again. You did it for the love of it. And if you do it for the love of it, like I said, anything I did because I loved and had fun, I always excelled at it. So